Hello guys and welcome to Survival Russia. Welcome to this little Friday video here. The video is gonna be about the cross mount here for my knife because recently I had quite a few questions about it. The video is also gonna be a little bit about knives in general. I'm gonna make a specific knife video relatively soon. Also I just want to fill you in fast on the plans for the weekend. Because it's Friday today and tomorrow I think I'm gonna work a little bit on the Survival Russia vehicle, and then on Sunday I most likely have to hike or ski into the hunting cabin, you know, in the deep forest in the wolf territory. It's gonna be a relatively hairy trip, and it's gonna be one of them trips where an actual survival kit will be needed because daylight is short here, we have limited time. I have to hike in fast or ski in fast, clean the roof and so on, and get back out again in time. And there's a lot of wolves around at the moment, and as I said in one of my videos, only 30 kilometers from here, actually in the direction of the hunting cabin, a guy been killed and partly eaten by wolves. So it's gonna be a little bit of a hairy trip, but it has to be done because there's most likely a lot of snow on the roof. So let's see about that. But anyway, let's change the cameras because I think I'll try and use the good camera today. So yeah, let's take a look at the cross mount here. Because I had so many questions about how is it made and how did you make it and blah 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 blah. So what we have here is a Mora. It's a Mora Canspol and it's fitted on Mora's multi-mount. I have said many times that I'm not the biggest Mora fan, but I chose this function over personal preference. But I also have other knives on me and so on, so we can take a look at that a little bit later. It's Mora's multi-mount. And it's only available for the Canspol and for the Garberg. The Garberg is a full tank model and it costs about $100 or something like that, and I'm not gonna pay $100 for a Mora. The reason I've chosen this setup here is that I don't like nick knives. I don't like that they're hanging around here, and I also don't like that my thinking anyway is on a potential fall, because it happens in forest sometimes, right? That you fall and you crunch the blade or the knife onto your throat or whatever, and that would be really disastrous out in the field. My thinking comes actually from the army, because in the army we were carrying our entrenching tools with the handle up. It can of course also be carried with the handle down, but there had been some accidents with people falling on the handle and had some really severe kidney damages. These accidents did not happen while I was in the army, it was much earlier, but it became standard protocol to wear them shaft up, or the handle upwards. I don't know if there's any recorded incidents of people falling on the neck knife and so on, but I also don't like it hanging around here. Every time you sit somewhere, the neck knife will hang around and flop around here. I simply don't like that. The cross draw here is actually from Danish and most likely other fishermen. It's for fast and easy access. Also for cutting rope if you're being dragged aboard or something into the ocean or something like that. You have your knife very fast. Also if you're wearing a lot of clothes like I am at the moment, I don't want to get up and stand and fiddle with getting the knife in and out the sheath, right? So this is a really good, effective way of carrying a knife in the winter and in general actually. So when the knife is just hanging here, I can pop the strap out here, get the knife out, work. I can keep the strap open if I'm in a working situation, and of course there is some good retention on the sheath itself, of course, right? I made this setup here myself actually, but the really awesome thing about the multi-mount is that it provides a lot of different ways of carrying the knife. I have a separate video on the multi-mount I will link to up here and in the description, that you can check out later if you want to. It's very easy to set up. Here we have like a Fastex buckle, right? Here I glued and hand stitched the Fastex buckle to a 1-inch webbing strap. What I've done is I have run the webbing strap down here, out here, as you can see, down again in behind the multi-mount and out, and then I put the other male end on the Fastex buckle on, and boop, Bob's your uncle, you have a cross draw. So of course the strap here is adjustable and it's pretty easy to put on. Just swing it over and under the collar here. We just grab the buckle, adjust it to size, and if we don't want this to flop around too much, can always make a little knot like this. That's pretty awesome. I mean, it's not impossible to make a cross draw setup yourself from scratch, but it is actually a little difficult because I've been wanting a cross draw for a long time, yeah, you have to do a lot of modifications to the sheaths and so on and blah blah blah. Because it's important that it's supported from the top to the bottom, otherwise it will just flop around like this, right? So in this way here, it sits pretty nicely, and it's factory made, it's ready to go, so that's why I compromised over my personal preferences, because yeah, more or less not that an awesome knife really, you can say, but it's a good knife. You'll get by with them more. I mean they're really hard to break actually, unless you do something with them. You shouldn't, right? But as I said, I also carry other knives, right? I carry this knife here on my belt, which is a very, very nice knife. It's a Sandvik, a Swedish Sandvik 14C28N steel. That is the newest steel from Sandvik. It's awesome steel. It's stainless or very corrosive resistant, and still magnetic, by the way. But I'll also carry some folders with me normally. For example, I will carry this little Victorinox Pioneer, very awesome knife. On the other end of the scale, I will carry this cold steel Raja 2, also really, really awesome knife. I'm not always carrying 4 knives, right? But what all these knives have in common is that they are stainless. I mostly carry stainless knives. I have some non-stainless carbon steel knives, and I like them and so on, but especially in winter I prefer the stainless knives. And stainless, especially the Sandvik steel here, can get very, very sharp. I like the stainless because it can be used for a lot of things, including food and skinning and so on, and it will not corrode and all this stuff. Anyway, this was just to answer a few questions about the cross draw setup. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you'll check the links in the description and share and subscribe and like and bell and all that good stuff. And until next time, get out and train and get it done. I'll see you next time here in wintertime Russia. Thank you very much for your time, guys, and have a nice weekend.